Good morning everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy. If you are new here, I talk mostly about the current global energies as well as the Great Awakening process. So I'll just get started. It is -5 here this morning, so bear with me. I'm a little chilly, although I shouldn't whinge compared to some of you people in your -20s that you get over there in your cold countries, but my fingers are still cold. Nonetheless, -5 is still cold, so I'm going to have a little whinge. Enjoying your summers though. I know you guys are having some really high temps in different places. So I'll just close my eyes and we'll get started. Now I'm getting this message of hiding the evidence. So they're showing me these big potato bags, like potato sacks and Hessian bags, and they're putting in the evidence. So they are currently, whoever they are, which we pretty much know is probably, I'm guessing, some of these government leaders and maybe Big Pharma, just to name a couple, they're trying to hide evidence. And they're stashing it away, and it's like they're going to take a boat and like either drop it out at sea, or they're going to bury it into landfill and hope nobody finds it, and then it all breaks down and it'll never be found. And I think we could relate this to the Pfizer data that they didn't want to bring out for 75 years. And have you noticed it's gone very quiet on the data releasing schedule? Well, I'm getting a lot of this is still being hidden. There's still a lot that is being hidden from all of us, and they are really, really trying to hide it away now, because they don't want any more people waking up. They want people to continue to get, as we know, fourth rollout here in Australia. They're pushing it. It was on TV again this morning. Everyone's eligible now, if you're over 30, I think it is, for the fourth one. So, you know, Israel's up to their 5th. This is just going on and on. But the data and the evidence around any adverse reactions and things is being hidden again. That's why I always say it's so important, if you see anything, to just share it really quickly and get that information out. Because it seems to come to the surface and then it disappears again, and we know that's their pattern. But at the moment, I feel like there's a lot of stuff being put in these like Hessian bags, and they're making it like disappear. They're just loading up these bags with, I would say, adverse side effects, reactions, the fallout from all of this. Maybe the legal cases are being put into these Hessian paper bag, not Hessian paper, Hessian potato bags as well. And they're wanting it to all go away and just dismiss it. They don't want to have to address any of this, because you got to picture, in these elites and these government parliamentary leaders, in their world, the negative side of all this doesn't exist. So they figure if they can just load it up and get rid of it, then it doesn't exist, and they can just keep rolling out their agenda. I'll just see where else we go with this today. Aren't they evil? They're just evil. Oh. And I'm getting, sadly, that a lot of people, and I talk about a lot of people being addicted to this fear. This is the people waking up. There's still quite a few of them that are addicted to the fear in this waking up group, and they're crying out for more like jabs. Sadly, they are. There's like a third of that portion that is, they've gone back into that fear now, where they're worried about the flu, the CV, the BA thing, BA5, B5, I don't even know. But there's this portion of them that are crying out for more, because they think that's what's going to save everybody still. Oh my God. This is just exhausting, isn't it? It really is exhausting. So that's again that minority group. It's just so sad. This whole thing is just getting beyond sad now. People just keep getting caught up in that narrative. And that's what I said yesterday about these leaders and that the guide showing me them on the horses mustering the cattle. Well, they're mustering as many of these people waking up as they can. So I would say they've managed to get a group of them, definitely. They've managed to round up a third of this big group that was waking up. So, yeah, it's so frustrating, isn't it? So they have captured their attention again with fear, and they've managed to corral and muster and like corral a few of them back into this cattle yard. But these are the people who can't see it. See, these are the people that are just, it's like an addiction. It's like anything. I watched a show last night actually about Las Vegas. It was really interesting, about some of these high rollers and the people who gamble regularly in Las Vegas. And that's what this is like. It's that gambling addiction, but it's like this CV addiction. They're addicted to all the fear and the drama and the way it's all playing out and how they're a good citizen and they're doing the right thing because they get fed that by government, as we know. So this is why those people jump back into it so easily, because it is an addiction and it's a fix. You know, if you're gonna be the good little schoolboy or girl, or they nowadays there's theys as well, you're going to get rewarded because you're doing all the right things for your friends and family and the people around you, and they like that feeling. It's like a hit, like a drug fix or a gambling fix. It's that same thing. We talk about it a lot here. I'll see what else we get, but yes, they've managed to already get like a quarter or a third of these people waking up. But there's still a lot waking up. Don't lose heart. And the thing is, the guys are saying, like, time will tell what's really going on. Like, as time is moving along, more and more is coming out. And I keep saying that there's more vaccine injuries. There's more people that have lost their jobs who are now finding their voices to try and stand up. More and more is rolling out as time goes by. And this is why there's still a lot of people waking up, because they're seeing the injustice. They're seeing the stupidity. Look at Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is, gosh, I love that Sri Lanka stood up. They charged their parliamentary leader, their parliament house, rather. They also charged these elites' houses. Did you see them swimming in the pool? So brilliant. I love it. And they saw the injustice. Their country is in complete bankruptcy and ruin. And these people were still living their elite and wealthy lifestyles with total disregard for the little people. And I'm so proud of Sri Lanka for standing up. I know you guys probably feel the same way. Because it's the injustice balance. And that's why these people are still waking up that I'm talking about. Because the injustice is too extreme of the way they're feeding their pockets, the elite, and we're all getting taken down lower and lower and lower, to the point that we're going to reach breaking point, everybody. This is lower class, middle class. We're all being squashed together now. I'll just see what else we get today. And they're saying, like, no one's exempt from this mess. Like, even us, if you're on my channel, like, you know, we know how to save ourselves, and we escape, and we get out in nature, and we do the things that help to re-energize and rebuild us. But even we can't escape this stupid madness and global changes that are happening and all the things that are being rolled out like this. No one can escape it. So that's why all eyes are on it, because it's coming so quickly at people. They weren't prepared. So they're showing me like these huge bug eyes of these people waking up. We already saw it coming, so we don't have the bug eyes. We just have the crystal glasses that we've been seeing all this stuff for ages. But it still will affect us, and I think we all know that it will affect us. But we have this sort of detachment from it. It's like it doesn't have the emotional charge that it did in the very beginning. Because it was so shocking to us in the very beginning, we were affected on a very deep emotional level. But that's kind of not there anymore. We still know it's coming and it's still going to affect us. But we don't have those raw emotions that can sometimes cloud your view of it all. We still see things with great clarity. And as you know out there, a lot of you are very prepared for the things that are to come, which helps a lot. We've invested in different things. We're filling up our pantries. We're getting a little bit more off-grid. People are looking at those other avenues of how to change our lives moving forward. Just in case these people don't wake up enough to make changes. Oh, I hope they do. I'll see what else we get today. Yeah, I'm just getting that people are being belittled. People are being belittled. They're being squashed. Their voices still can't be heard. I talked about the mouths being sewn up yesterday, like a horror movie. They still feel like their mouths are sewn up. They're tired. They feel like the washed out dish rag. Life is starting to defeat these people. These people waking up, life is starting to defeat them. And it's still showing me that visual of the castaway. They're still almost lying on the beach as the castaway with the waves having washed over them. This is the people waking up, and they're still trying to get their breath. So they're still very, very breathless. So they're short. They're shallow breathing. They're short. Their anxieties are up. That's what this would indicate to me. Their anxieties are up. Their fears are still there, for example, that another wave's going to come and wash over them, even though they've reached the shore, meaning some other stupid nonsense from government is going to come and just hit them and knock them over again. So they're still not sort of out of the woods. A lot of these people, some are, but a lot of these people still kind of aren't out of the woods yet. They're still trying to catch their breath, trying to shake off the water, trying to see clearly. You know, when you've been in the water and you look, you still got water droplets on your eyelashes and you're trying to look, so it's still a little blurry. This is what I'm getting for the people waking up. They're still in this state of trying to regain their, I guess you could say, composure, their health, and their strength, because they're still tired and exhausted from all of this. I'll just see if there's any closing messages today. Yeah, these people waking up, they can see now that they have to behave, that this is becoming about behaviour, as in like at school or like at high school. You have to behave or else. And this is kind of the narrative they're starting to sense now, that government is like, you do this or else. So it's that, we know that's happened in Canada, gosh. But this is what people are sensing now. That's the main thing they're starting to experience, is that you do this or else. Like another example might be if you keep your unleaded petrol cars, unleaded diesel rather, and all that, or else, or go to the renewables rather. This is kind of what the people are starting to see now. You have to do this or else you're going to be paying massive amounts on your electricity. But see, where's the logic? See, this is where people are waking up, because it's like, well, you want us to get electric cars, but then you're wanting us to go down the solar road and all these, and this is complicated. As we own a battery shop, and there's a lot of people in the country that live off-grid, tons. And it is a known fact that you have to have the right systems, you have to have the right sizes, because you could have a small, say, solar system, and then you put, for example, another microwave or a fridge or something on that, and then that can drain all your power. It can get everything out of balance. So there's a lot about getting the balance right. People, it's not just as simple. And they even said here on the news the other day, which makes me so angry. They had a solar guy the other day talking about how if you get solar panels on your roof, you will have no further costs. That's what he said. Now, we all know that's an outright lie, because you will. Government is not going to let you just put solar panels on your roof and that's that. You don't have to pay electricity anymore. We know that's not how this is going to work. This is a much more complicated process than people out there realise. In that, yes, in the government's mind, all you're doing is just changing from that grid to that grid. But we know it's just not. It's not the matter of flicking on a switch and everything's roses. Government will take from us. We know that they will. We know. Oh, it's just not a black and white thing. And you know, unfortunately, they're sending out these messages, which we always know what they're like with what they're going to be saying with their posters of the reset agenda, like, are you doing the right thing as you drive along in your car and all this sort of thing. I actually went and looked at hybrids, actually, speaking of, the other day here. I went to get a hybrid SUV because I thought, well, that's a good crossover. I'll do that as an option because electric cars are still extremely expensive in Australia. I'm sure they are where you guys live as well. And the guys proceeded to tell me that we'll have to have unleaded and diesel vehicles for at least another 5 years because they're only making electric vehicles, like I said, in little small cars. They haven't got any bigger cars. And I've got 2 wolfhound dogs. I can't get a small car because I've still got kids, dogs. So how's this all going to work? You know, Louise, you're right. You've got your little naughty car. They're all going to be the naughty car sizes. They're all going to be small. It's sounding more and more like that. So we're sort of all caught between a rock and a hard place at the moment, aren't we? Where everybody, there's just so much confusion out there, and that's what I'm really getting today, is just there's a lot of confusion about moving forward. And even for us as people that see things clearly and we get those really good gut instincts and things, it's still very confusing even for us to know which way to kind of move forward. It's not a black and white thing. I'll just see if there's any closing messages today. Yeah, the guides are saying don't fall for their traps. Just don't fall for their traps. They're lying, they're deception. This is the elites and the parliamentary leaders. We know they're lying and they're so deceptive. They have people fooled. They just keep dragging people in to the same old BS and garbage. And it's like the guides are saying it's wearing people's shoes out. So these people waking up, it's like they've got old shoes on now and the tread is worn out. And there's holes underneath their feet. And that sort of relates back to the not, you know, you won't own anything and you'll be happy. What, you won't own shoes and you'll be happy. Like, this is how stupid this is all getting. It's kind of like, well, the tread's all going off their shoes now because they've been on this, like, treadmill for 2.5 years, these people waking up. And now they've got no sole under their shoe. There's holes in it. The threads are all falling off and the bottom's flapping on their shoes. And now they're going to have to find a new pair of shoes somehow. Or they're going to be running around barefoot if they stay on this path of mass destruction, I guess we could call it, by government. And I'm getting that today, that this is that part of being worn out. This is how they're feeling, like the castaway, like the old shoe that's just got all holes in it and all bedraggled and so worn out you can't wear it anymore. This is how these people are feeling. They're feeling bedraggled, they're feeling worn out, they're feeling tired, and that's what they're feeling like. And see, this is the sad part, isn't it? This is the sad part that they're saying to me, is that's when government and that will step in, because they know that people are hitting rock bottom, and then they come along with their new pair of shoes. You know, that's just an analogy, but that's what they're saying. Look here, I know you can't afford that house, but look, we'll offer you this great loan and you can go and buy that house. And this is the analogy of the worn out shoes. They're worn out. People are worn out, not the ones with the addiction to all the fear and everything that's currently going on. But there's a large chunk of these people who are worn out, and God, we need them to wake up quickly, don't we, before this really does hit rock bottom, because we're heading there really fast. It's showing me a graph, and it's like, you know, we had this CV, oh, I've got the hiccups, excuse me. We've got the CV virus coming, then it dropped down, and then it went along again. We got Omicron and this and that and the finances, and it's just going down, 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 and it's disappearing off the graph. Life, this is people's lives. It's just going downhill, 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 and gone off the graph. Gosh, we went off the graph ages ago, didn't we? We actually jumped off on the first line of the graph. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. There's just so much going on out there. These people are worn out. They're tired. They're looking for answers. They're looking for ways out. They're frightened, they're scared. And they feel like they're on this never-ending treadmill that is wearing their shoes out. And that's the image I'm going to leave you with today. Not you, if you're watching my channel. We're still out there getting on with it. We got new sneakers, joggers, whatever you call them, and we're just cruising along, or we're kayaking along with our kayaks. We're making sure we breathe and center ourselves and keep our chests open so we're not full of anxiety and fears and worries. Keep doing that, because that's how we're going to survive this absolute madness and chaos. Oh my gosh, that is evolving. Yesterday, I know I mentioned Machu Picchu, so I'm going to go and check out all your comments, and hopefully some of you guys could shed some more light on that. But there's definitely some huge spiritual awakening that's going on globally, and we just have to keep willing that to happen. So take care, everybody. Stay safe. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't hit the like buttons, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye from Australia.